Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So let's get into this topic here, y'all. So Luka Doncic is the man of the hour in LA, right? He's the face of the Lakers now in the present day and moving forward. And a lot of people pretty much assume that Luka's going to sign a contract extension. I think he's going to sign a contract extension with the Lakers. And recently he made some headlines over a men's health shoot that he did where he was revealing his new body, right? And Luka, to be fair, looked to be in tip-top shape. He looked really good. You could see his cuts. The guy really leaned down and he really took care of himself. And apparently what he did was he actually stopped playing basketball for a month to just focus on his nutrition and dieting. He said this is the first time he had ever gone that long without playing basketball. And he said he's not going to forget how to play basketball in 1 month, but he needed to take that break to just get into a whole new different regimen, which is admirable and it's bold, right? Because usually we're creatures of habit and we generally want to do things the way we've been used to doing them, especially when you have success. I mean, the guy is an all NBA first play every single year. So for him to kind of just be open-minded enough to shift his philosophy on training and all of that says a lot about him, and clearly it worked. So recently he did a sit down on the Today Show, I think, which is based in California, and they were talking about a plethora of things, his diet, of course, and all of that. But then they got to the point where they were talking about his relationship with Kobe Bryant. Now, before we get into that, why is that important? Because recently Luka made some headlines because Danny Parkins at FS1 was upset that Luka, when he was talking about his fitness journey, didn't mention LeBron James. Instead, he talked about, you know, the influence that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan had, and I think in Dirk Nowitzki. But instead, this guy was like, why didn't he talk about LeBron? Is that a shot at LeBron? LeBron is in LA. LeBron is his teammate. Why doesn't he give LeBron credit? Which is what they always want to do. They want to give LeBron credit so bad. The guy's in there working his tail off, and it's like, no, he's in there because LeBron is like, bro, can we stop? So that got a lot of people pissed off. So this is kind of like a continuation of that. And essentially they asked him, you know, what was it like meeting Kobe? What impact did he have on you? And I'm like, this is fantastic, right? This is fantastic. So this is the sound that we want to get in today of Luka just talking about what it was like being around Kobe. But before we get into that, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. For example, I'm really looking forward to watching some of these NBA Summer League games. Here's what I like to do. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is going to play what Luka had to say on the Today Show. I want you guys to listen to it. Very short audio, not even up to a minute. And then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Luka here.
What a year it has been. I mean, last season you were part of one of the most shocking trades in NBA history, going to Los Angeles. And when you got there, you acknowledged the impact that Kobe Bryant has had on you. Talk about the advice he once gave you and how he's influencing the torch you want to carry on there.
Yeah, I actually met him twice or three times. You know, first time was before my season, before I even started in the NBA. He surprised a couple of our first-year players at the training camp at Nike. So I mean, I was shocked. I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. And then second time was when he trash talked me behind my back. So wow. I turned around and it's Kobe. It was just an amazing feeling.
So you heard what Luka had to say there. What are my thoughts about this? I think, look, if Luka was a politician, he's doing a fantastic job. because he's really ingratiating himself with the fan base. The fact is, LA is a Kobe town, right? It's a Kobe town. And what Laker fans, I believe, want to see is that you have a player in here that's understanding how important this guy was, not just to this franchise, but to the city. So Luka doing this, I think he's ingratiating himself with the fan base, right? Which is something LeBron didn't do. LeBron just came to LA and it made it about him, right? Luka's like, no, I understand that Kobe is the guy here. For God's sakes, they gave the guy 3 statues, for God's sakes. 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. Right? 3, and on one of them, they have written on there the man that built Staples Center. So him ingratiating himself with Kobe fans and by extension Laker fans, I think is a smart move. I think it's a smart move to endear yourself with the fan base. Also, you heard that he paid for the mural that was the face of Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gigi. That's also a smart move, right? But Luka and Kobe were actually cool. There's video footage of it of Luka playing at a Lakers game and Kobe Bryant's talking trash to him in his native language, right? So for him to now be a Laker, and I think he's going to be a Laker moving forward, for him to just pretty much embrace the importance of Kobe to that city, I think is a great thing, and he's going to make fans out of a lot of people like myself, right? Because most of us, we don't play around when it comes to Kobe. So even nobody's saying that Luka's like Kobe Bryant, or no, nobody's saying that, but I can kind of see Luka carrying on the Laker legacy. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to it than just talking the talk. You got to walk the walk, and you got some really big shoes to fill when you're coming in there to carry on the tradition of Kobe Bryant. And you're passing on the torch from Kobe to Luka Doncic. It's a big thing, right? It's a big thing, and Luka's going to have some big shoes to fill because the expectations on him are going to be astronomical. You got to go out there and you got to deliver. And I think that if Kobe were alive and saw the commitment that Luka made to his diet, it would speak volumes about his mentality and his willingness to commit. And that's where Kobe gained a lot of respect for people, is through their capacity to commit. If you didn't commit, he just wouldn't respect you, right? So him doing that, it sends the right message to the fan base, like, hey, look, I'm here. Now, again, as I said, you got to go out there and produce the results, and it's not going to be easy, right? You got to build this thing up. When Kobe was there during that second stint without Shaq, they had to build it up from the ground. They went from being a team that was not even a playoff team to a team that was being knocked out in the first round to then becoming a team that would make it to the finals and then ultimately becoming a team that would win championships. So you got to understand there's going to be a process. But from this standpoint, or at least as I'm looking at things right now, Luka's he's already taking the right steps, which is number one, perfecting the things that he can perfect, which is working on himself. And then now the rest of it is them going out there and playing. It's going to be tough, right? The Western Conference is stout. They have a lot of serious teams in the West that the Lakers are going to have to compete with, not just this season, but going into next season. So look, this is my take on it. This is what I think. What I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about what Luka had to say? And if there are any Laker fans watching this video, what do you think about Luka ingratiating himself with Kobe fans and the fan base? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.